The Secretariat of the Central Committee of the Party of Communists USA issues the following statement on recent events in Syria. On December 8, 2024, the Assad government in Syria, which had led the country since 1963, was couped by the US-backed terrorist forces of Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, HTS. Following historical precedents in Iran, Afghanistan, Libya, and Iraq, there is fear among secular forces, including communists, that mass reprisals, including executions, can be expected. Historically, such terrorist groups have perpetuated systemic executions against secular elements within their countries, which have included socialists and communists. We are already hearing reports that this has begun to happen in Syria. As communists, we recognize that the terrorist forces of HTS are nothing more than a proxy for US-NATO-EU imperialism, which has long used the tactic of propping up domestic extremist forces as an agent for regime change. The so-called Free Syrian Army is reminiscent of the US-backed Mujahideen, which overthrew the socialist government in Afghanistan in 1992. Similarly, Hamas, which has declared support for HTS over the Assad government, has historically been supported by the Netanyahu government in Israel, which is another appendage of Western imperialism. It should be observed that al-Julani, leader of HTS, has mysteriously refused to confront the Netanyahu government on the advance of IDF forces into Syria. Since the time of the Enlightenment in the 18th century, liberals, socialists, and communists have upheld the principle of secular government, i.e., separation of church and state. Therefore, we view the spread of theocracies throughout the Middle East as a clear move in the direction of reaction. Their reactionary nature reflects their roots in international monopoly capital, which seeks to control the flow of oil from the Middle East to the West. Already, reports are emerging that the new theocratic government in Syria is revising the education system to remove references to pre-Islamic and secular elements of Syrian history. In conclusion, the terrorist coup against the Assad government is a step back for the worldwide anti-imperialist struggle. However, one thing is for certain. It is good for the opponents of secularism and for the coffers of Western imperialism.